ABC4 News, your local election headquarters.
Hello there, I'm Sarah Murphy.
And I'm Matt Fons. Thanks for joining us tonight on ABC4 News at 5. Here at your local election headquarters, our eyes are on Salt Lake County, where both the Democratic and Republican parties are holding their state conventions today.
Okay, so both the governor's office and Mitt Romney's Senate seat will be on ballots statewide alongside the presidency this November. And today we're getting our first real clue at who the candidates could be.
That's right. This evening, we have team coverage of all the latest results from those conventions. Our Anneka Johns is live at Cottonwood High School in Murray, where Democrats met earlier today.
Okay, but first, let's check in with Brien McElHatten. He's live at the Salt Palace for the GOP state convention. Brien, it's been rowdy at times today.
Hey, good evening, guys. I'd say rowdy is a great word to sum it up. This show began about 2 hours later than it was supposed to because of a couple of issues. Number one, right off the bat this morning, there was an issue with credentialing, okay? That's the delegates checking in. Some technical problems there. Then there was an issue getting the voting system all set up. You see, they vote by phone here using their cell phones, and some of the delegates had a difficult time with that. It did not go as smoothly in the beginning as they wanted it to. They've ironed those issues out now, and let me show you what's happening here right now. I'll have Jose give you a quick look around the room. You can see all the counties in our state are represented here. Morgan, Paiute, Millard, Kane, Rich, Juab, just the ones that are close to us right now. At the front of the room there is the stage. That's where the candidates come to give their elevator pitches as to why the delegates should vote for them. Now let me show you some video from earlier today around the Salt Palace that we took. You can see signs and posters, lots of flair here, and indeed a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of passion running strong here. You see, the folks who are casting votes today are not everyday on the street voters. These are delegates, right? These are people who were picked to be here. These are people who are very close to the party in the process. And so they have a lot of skin in the game, so to speak. In fact, that leads us up to the big moment that happened just a short time ago here when they were voting for the governor candidates. I want you to hear the moment Spencer Cox took the stage. Here we go. Did you hear that? There were lots of boos in there, and at times those boos for Governor Cox were outstripping the applause he was getting too. So I asked the delegates about that, and I want you to hear from two women I spoke to a short time ago to hear what they had to say about that big moment.
Part of me was uncomfortable in that moment because I don't like to see Republicans fighting with each other. I do feel like part of it was deserved for things that have happened in our state or not happened.
I just think he has a lot of supporters and he has a lot of haters. And I think that even if he doesn't make this round or the next round, isn't he still going to be in the primaries? And he could kill it. And he said the same thing happened with Governor Leavitt and other governors, and he's going to come out.
Okay, so there you have it. I got to tell you, that was quite a moment here, hearing those boos. Now, Cox went off script a little bit, and he said this in a retort. He said, maybe you hate that I don't hate enough, because he got some flack here for his Disagree Better campaign. Now, I do want to show you the results. There were 2 rounds of voting in the governor's race, and here's what those results look like right now. Spencer Cox took away 32.4% of the vote. Phil Lyman took away 67% of the vote. That means Phil Lyman is the GOP-endorsed candidate for governor. Now, I got to tell you, Spencer Cox will still show up in the primary because he collected enough signatures to appear on that ballot. So it will be a Phil Lyman, Spencer Cox race for governor, and we still have some big decisions coming tonight. We're following the Senate race, of course, and the House race, District 2, the House seat that Celeste Malloy currently holds. We'll be following that as well as the night goes on. Back to you guys from the Salt Palace.
Right, Brien, thank you very much. So again, some mixed emotions, a lot going on at the GOP convention today. Now, the convention there was originally scheduled to wrap up in about an hour. So, of course, as things continue to develop, we'll keep checking back in.
Absolutely. All right, let's head over to Murray now. Anneka Johns is live from the Democratic Party's convention. Anneka, I understand preliminary results just came in. I mean, what can you tell us there?
You know, that's exactly right. So those preliminary results just came in, which means all of the online votes came in. Now they're still counting ballots, so that's any of the written forms that have yet to come in. But based off of the preliminary numbers, officials, with the Democratic Party say it looks like many of their spots have already been filled. Now with Mitt Romney selecting not to be reelected this year, he has opened doors many of the Democrats are determined to walk through. Now, one of those spots, of course, is his, with 3 candidates from the Democratic Party are running for that spot. And of course, Utahns will be seeing their names on the ballot in June. Now, those 3 candidates are Carolyn Gleach, Laird Humblin, and R.J. Williams III, and they're all racing for that spot. Now, these 3 and all others running for a spot are hoping for 55% of the votes. And like we said, a handful of results have come in, including Rudy Batista as the Utah Attorney General nominee, Katrina Fallick-Wang as the 4th Congressional District nominee, and both Jeff Howell and Hwang Nguyen, move forward for District 23. And just a short couple minutes ago, like we said, we got those preliminary results for the Senate seat, and Carolyn Gleach will be moving forward, and she received 92% of the votes.
When Senator Romney stepped down, he announced that he was wanting the next generation of leaders to step up. And I feel I really embody that. At 38 years old, I'm the average age of America, and the U.S. Senate deserves to have more young voices represented to advocate for our future. A perfect future is one where we are addressing the pressing needs that Utahns are facing, the affordability of housing, the climate crisis, air quality, and defending reproductive freedom.
Now, like we said, these are just preliminary results. So the final results will be coming in later. And of course, your team at ABC4, both on air and online, will keeping you updated. Now, coming up at 10 later tonight, I'll have a full breakdown of what went down today, those candidates and those results. Reporting live from Cottonwood, High School, Anneka Johns, ABC4 News.
Okay, Anneka, we thank you very much. Again, a lot happening today in Utah's political world. We want to remind you, ABC4 is your local election headquarters. We'll have continuing coverage of both party state conventions and of races throughout the year as we look towards election night coming up this November.